What it do, my facts and opinionators? It's your girl, Lil Cookie, and I'm coming to you on a special live tonight from Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I got my boy Edubb, the Memphis owned rap artist, coming to you from Memphis, Tennessee tonight. You know what I'm saying? And want to hear from you. Y'all give it up for Edubb. Edubb. Where you at? Where you at? What it do? What it do,
What
Edubb?
what it do? What it do? You in
How's
the
life been
building,
treating you? How's life been treating you? What you got going for tonight?
man? Pretty good, pretty good. Just chilling for right now, for the moment. What it
That's
do?
what's up. That's what's up. I don't want to hold you. I don't want to hold you, but I got a couple of questions for you tonight. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this the right way. You know what I'm saying? I want to start off by asking you. I wanted you to explain to the people a little bit more about how you started in the rap game.
Well, we came up. There was a lot of different influences, man. I
Yeah.
can go on and on and on. But one of the first people I heard start to rapping, it just really made me really look more into it. Was like I had to say Eric B and Rakim.
Right.
Eric B and Rakim. It was something about the way he put the words together. With the it was some song he had that thinking of a master plan. Yeah,
Right.
that thinking of,
Nothing but
yeah,
sweat inside my
man.
hand.
That was
Right.
one of the
Right.
first
Right.
songs that ever just really kind of stuck with me, even to this day.
Right.
So it kind of put me in the mind frame of like, hey man, what did it be like to do this? What did it be like to really be my own MC?
Right.
So,
Right,
yeah.
right, right. So other than that artist, um, uh, what are some of your influences? What influenced you to get into the rap game?
Then you got other. It goes for one, as a musician, it's in the blood. It's in the bloodline.
Exactly,
You got my
exactly.
my mother. She sings. Rest in peace. You got my pops. He's good with the guitar. And different things like that. So it's always been in the family to have some type of some type of musical background of what when it comes to music in one way or another. You know.
Right, right.
Yeah. It's like
And so,
like
how
like
long have you been at the rapping game?
well, it's been a while. It's been a nice minute. I've been at
Yeah,
it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this game, it can be promising, then it can be unpromising. But you got to keep going.
exactly,
You
exactly.
can't never give up.
I definitely feel you on that.
You take your wins and you take your losses, but you put them all together. You make the best of it. So,
Okay, okay.
yeah,
I understand that you are from Memphis, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to know, not so much as going into any details, but how do you feel about the Young Dolph situation?
well, I feel like, man, as we as just black men, first of all, let's just get this understood. You got black men out here, man, working to do something, working to pull us together in some type of way, working to help the community, you know, uh, uh, setting careers up for later on down the line. It's helping to break generational, break the curse,
Right,
a generational wealth in due
right.
time. You so the main thing is, man, you out here cutting down people like that, man. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. That ain't gonna
Exactly.
get you no blessings, man.
I
You gotta
totally
stay,
agree. I totally agree. I
but you
totally
gotta stay
agree.
prayed up. Main thing, you gotta stay prayed up. Just make sure you stay focused and stay alert. You know what I'm saying? If it's your
Definitely.
time, it's your time. But at the same time, man, we gotta do better, especially in Memphis. It's a lot going
Exactly.
on, especially with the
I I think
gun laws.
most of the thing is I think Memphis have a lot of supportive people that support their artists, but for the most part, I would see on the outside looking in that a lot of artists don't support each other. And I think it's enough food out here for everybody plate to be full. You know what I'm saying? Together you stand, divided you fall, and that's always been a thing for me, and I see it's a lot of division in Tennessee. You know.
They look at it like the food scarce, but they don't realize how plentiful it is. You know,
Exactly.
it's
That
like
was a good one right there. I totally agree with you on that. I didn't just
yeah,
really want to stay on this subject too long. I want to say my condolences and prayers to Young Dog family, you know, as well as
definitely,
his children,
definitely,
you know, definitely on that
yeah,
end. And we praying for swift justice, you know. And
definitely. Shout out the dog.
definitely, definitely. And I also wanted to ask you, how far are you trying to take your career? Where do you see yourself going with your career and your rap and everything like that?
Well, I don't see a limit. I mean, it's like Wayne ceiling, like Wayne said, no ceilings. I mean, there's so
Exactly.
many different avenues that you can take this. You got your merchandise and different revenue and different things that you can work with. Movies, whatever you plan on doing. And see,
Definitely.
that's the thing, and that's the key. Working on
Right.
different ideas and putting different ideas to work. And going from music and working and setting up ways to be straight and make sure that your family's straight down the line. So, it ain't
Exactly.
no limit. But the main foundation is to always be grounded in music.
Definitely. I
Always
would
be
definitely
grounded
say
in
that.
music. Yeah.
I would definitely say that as well. You have to stay grounded. You have to stay prayed up. You have to have a plan. You have to have a budget. I mean, I
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of people go into the game and they don't have, you know, they don't have their mind frame set before they go into it. So if you don't have your mind frame set before you go into it, then you're basically, not only are you wasting your time, but you're wasting the people time that's willing to invest in you, you know.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
Always know what you want to do.
It,
Because like you said,
it,
there's a lot of money in the line. A lot of people out here look forward to getting these deals and doing these different things. But once you get them, you got to understand you got to put in the work to show that you're worth it. You know what I'm saying? In
definitely.
order to be to a point where you can get more. You know,
Definitely.
my thing is, I really try to work and strive the independence market
Right.
because right now we at a point where you seeing people actually doing what labels was doing at one point.
Right. Right. You have
You know
basically
what I'm
everybody
saying?
promoting and doing everything else they sell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you have labels popping up and they're doing actually pretty good.
Right. Right.
And so in a while, a lot of these major labels gonna have hell, man. So the independent route looking real nice. You just had to
Exactly.
have your shit structure right. So I
Exactly.
definitely,
I would totally agree with you on that situation. I definitely will, because you see a lot of more independent artists. They may not be out there as much as the artists that signed to labels, but they are out here and they are being
yeah,
heard, you know,
yeah.
and they're making a name for themselves, and that's looking
And
good
it's
on
for
their
a reason.
part, you know. And
That's
not
for a
only to count
reason.
the fact that they own most of everything that they do. So
Yeah,
that's a good look. That's a
yeah,
good look.
yeah.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Tech Nines and the Joyner Lucases and and
definitely, definitely.
you know and
The young
just
Mars and
people
things
that's
like people
the
like
people
that.
that's working
Yeah,
independent market, man.
definitely. I would definitely say shout out, big shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Big shout
Yeah,
out. And you are noticed. We see you out here for sure. For sure.
definitely. Yeah.
I also wanted to ask you, what can we expect from Edubb in the near future? What do you
Well,
have
right
going?
now,
What are you working on right now? What are your plans right now? As you know, your music is concerned.
right now, I'm working on a few different projects. I got a project with my partner Dice Addison. It's pretty
Okay.
much finished up. We haven't just really thought of the title yet, but as for me, I'm working on a solo album. Thanks for nothing.
Okay.
Should be,
Okay. We
you know,
waiting on it. We gonna need to hear that. We're gonna need to hear
yeah,
that.
most
That's what's
definitely,
up.
most definitely.
Total much support. Much support. Much support.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, I didn't hear you. What you say?
But yeah, I was saying, yeah, this gonna be a nice piece of work. Put a lot of time and effort into it.
That's
A
what's
lot
up.
of
We
different time.
anticipating it for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll be
And
my
at what point did you realize that you wanted to become an artist?
I think this from the moment I first heard music. As I said, said they used to call me Boom Boom. I used to dance a lot when I was young.
So was
Whenever
it
I
easy
heard
for
any
you to
type
put
of
the
music,
words together? Was it easy for you to put the words together, or how did it start? Were you off key, or how did you go about doing it when you knew that that's what you wanted to pursue?
man, it started as I would hear other people. Then as you listen to other people, you start to you listen to them so much, you learn their song.
Right,
And as you comes to hearing these songs that you learn, and you think like, damn, if I could learn that shit, I could learn some shit I could put together. You know what I'm saying? In my
right,
own ways, in my own word. It's kind of like when you doing it when you doing some type of research or whatever, and they asking you to explain what you just read in your own words.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And so as you worked your mind to the point where you're expressing yourself in your own words, you get to a point where you start to see whether you want to do it or not and how good you can be at it. You know what I'm saying?
definitely, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. I
Yeah. So
totally
so
agree with you on that. It's got to be something that's in you and not on you.
yeah,
Definitely,
exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this also. Is it any artist that you would like to do a collab with or possibly work with that's already in the industry? Anybody that inspire you enough to be like, yo, I want them on the track with me. I gotta have it.
Man, it's shout out to Scarface, most definitely.
For
Wacker
sure,
for
for
one,
sure. OG in the
he's a
game, real
real
goat.
veteran. He's a real veteran. I've always respected what he's done for one. And definitely 8 Ball and MJG, you gotta give it for Memphis.
Got
You
to,
gotta
got
give it for
to,
Memphis, man.
got
Those
to.
brothers
Salute
put
the
in
eight ball and MJG.
a huge amount of work for Memphis.
Yeah,
Um, you got a lot of different artists out there that's talented that I like to work with.
right.
A lot of them, in due time, you know.
Definitely, definitely in due time. So, and the opportunity that you're given a major deal, would you take advantage of the opportunity? Would you like to be signed to a label, or do you just plan on staying independent?
That's that's kind of a depends type of situation
Mm-hmm.
because as we know, everybody ain't gonna hand you, you know,
Right.
gonna give you your just dues like you should have. So you have to
Exactly. You got to
understand,
give people their flowers while they're here.
yeah, when you go into these contracts, you got to know how the negotiations go. You got
Right.
to know how to make sure that you got enough leverage for
Right.
you to be able to make your demands met.
Right.
A lot of people go into these situations, man, and just going with it just to be a part of the team or just to be doing something different. I
Mm-hmm.
always read what you got going on and make sure you got your own lawyer. You see what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
if the deal is structured right, yeah, go with it.
Right.
Can't lose. You know.
I definitely agree with that. I definitely
Yeah.
agree with that. But I would also say when you're signing these contracts out here, people, please read these contracts. Look
All the
over the
fine print.
contracts. Make sure you have a
Yes.
manager, to look over the contract with you.
Yes. Yes.
You have to pay attention because you never know what you may be signing. So if you
Yep.
know you're not literate enough to understand the contract, make sure you have someone that knows exactly about the music business and reading over those contracts before you put your name on them. You know,
Exactly. And be damn good at math.
exactly. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I didn't want to hold you too long, but like at the end of every one of my lives, I have to ask a fact and an opinion.
Okay.
And the opinion is most people have a view is why haven't you made it?
Well, like I said, it's a time process. You put in your work, you get out here and you put in your work as hard as you can. You keep going, you know. So it's all about that continuously going, never giving up, always fighting, you know.
Right. I would totally 100% agree with that. The fight never ends. Like, even when you think you won, you gotta still be fighting, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't
Because
never done
it's
fighting.
always one
One.
person that you gotta get